The tooth fairy opened the window and whoosh, she flew into the bedroom. She saw a little girl asleep in the bed. Good, thought the tooth fairy. Whoosh, the tooth fairy flew under the pillow. She was looking for a tooth. The tooth fairy found a tooth, but she began to pull and pull and pull. But what a surprise! The tooth was stuck. Suddenly, a mouse! Who are you? Asked the tooth fairy, but the mouse just spoke mumbo jumbo. Give me the tooth, please, said the tooth fairy, but the mouse just spoke more mumbo jumbo. Do you think he was really speaking mumbo jumbo? No, what was he saying? What do you think he was speaking?
Spanish.
Yeah, excelente. What are you doing here? Asked the tooth fairy, but the mouse just spoke more and more mumbo jumbo. But not really, just Spanish. The tooth fairy drew a picture of the mouse, and the mouse drew a picture of the tooth fairy. The tooth fairy flew out of the window with the picture of this mouse. I'm going to find out who this tooth-stealing mouse is, thought the tooth fairy. She was very surprised and a little angry. The tooth fairy went to see the Christmas fairy. Do you know this tooth-stealing mouse? Asked the tooth fairy. No, sorry, said the Christmas fairy. Ask the flower fairies. They live in the garden. Maybe they know him. The tooth fairy went to see the flower fairies. Do you know this tooth-stealing mouse? Asked the tooth fairy. No, sorry, said the flower fairies. Ask the mermaids. The mermaids travel a lot. Maybe they know him. The tooth fairy went to see the mermaids. Do you know this tooth-stealing mouse? Asked the tooth fairy. The mermaids laughed. That's Ratoncito Perez. He does the same job as you, but for children who speak Spanish. Oh, said the tooth fairy. She looked at her list. The little girl who lived in the house on the corner was called Natalia Kennedy Caballero. She must speak English and Spanish. The tooth fairy went back to the house on the corner. She flew under the pillow and sat down to wait for Ratoncito Perez. Now I understand, thought the tooth fairy, and she was smiling. Suddenly, Ratoncito Perez climbed under the pillow. The tooth fairy smiled. Hello, Ratoncito Perez, she said. Ratoncito Perez smiled too. Hola, tooth fairy, he said. They were both happy to find a new friend and to share their job. And they agreed that from now on they would take it in turns to leave a coin for the kids who could speak both English and Spanish. And that is what happened. As for Natalia, she was the very first one. So, what do you think happened?
She was the very first. I don't know. Oh, 2 coins.
2 coins, one from the tooth fairy and one from El Ratoncito Perez. You're right. And then here they are, amigos. You think they have cafe or té?
Té.
Té. So if you keep going in the book, you can see the pages are upside down because that's where the Spanish story is. And they have the same ending in the middle of the book. So if you were going to read it this way, it's in Spanish. And we see El Ratoncito Perez, he doesn't fly. Estaba caminando, he's walking. And then he enters through a little tiny door. Y sube las escaleras, right? He goes up the stairs. Y corrió arriba y adentro del dormitorio. What's dormitorio?
A bedroom.
Muy bien. Se subió a la cama. What's a cama?
A bed.
Muy bien. Y se metió debajo de la almohada. Do you remember what almohada is?
A pillow.
Excelente. Para buscar el diente. And you are wiggling your diente right now. I can see it. So, did I skip a page? Oh, yeah, I skipped a page. El Ratoncito Perez does the same thing. He starts to pull and pull and pull con toda su fuerza, with all of his strength, but then, ¡Suéltalo! Exclamó indignado el Ratoncito Perez. He's yelling at her too. In Spanish, if you want to say fairy, we say hada.
Hada.
Hada. Excelente.
Digo hadas.
¿Te gustan los hadas?
Hadas.
Hadas. Muy bien. And then it says, el hada contestó algo tan raro que el Ratoncito Pérez quedó con la boca abierta. He was kind of confused by what she was saying, just like she thought he was speaking mumbo jumbo. He didn't understand her either. Tengo que averiguar quién eres. So he talks about he's got to figure out who she is, and he draws his picture of her just like she drew the picture of him. And then he goes back out the door with his picture. Who do you think he's gonna ask? Since the tooth fairy asked the other fairies and mermaids, who do you think El Ratoncito Perez is gonna ask?
I think he will ask other rats or mice.
That's a good guess. You're on the right track. Other animals. So he asks Al Bujo Granjero, the barn owl. And he says, nope, I don't know her.
This is like the same story, but like the other side of around.
Exactly. So he asks the dormouse, and the dormouse says, I don't know. And then El Conejo Informático, the information rabbit.
Definitely he didn't know that.
Yeah, I've never heard of an information rabbit. But he pulls it up and he tells Ratoncito Perez who she is, the tooth fairy. And they figure out that she does the same job as him. And then they see each other again. Y se turnarían.
I think she understands his language now.
Yeah, I think maybe they take turns speaking a little bit of English and a little bit of Spanish. I think you're right. So they decide to take turns, right? Se turnarían para dejar una moneda a los niños que hablan español e inglés. And so since Natalia, como había sido la primera, and then we see same picture. She's got dos monedas. Y amigos. All right, so let's talk a little bit more about what we know about the tooth fairy. You already told me what she did for you. So we're going to make a Venn diagram. Yeah, we're going to do those in just a second. Do you have a piece of blank paper and a pencil?
No, not yet.
Okay, can you go grab a piece of paper and a pencil or a pen or whatever?
Yeah.
You had it, you just didn't realize it.
I had it, but I didn't realize it.
Good. You were ready. Okay, so do you know how to draw a Venn diagram? So you need two big circles on your page, and they need to kind of overlap here in the middle. You might want more space in the middle of yours. I ran out of room because I was not paying attention to how big I was drawing my circles. So draw one big circle and then draw another big circle, and they need to intersect. Can you do that?
I did it.
Okay, excelente. So at the top of one, write the tooth fairy. And then at the top of the other, when you're ready, you can write El Raton Perez. Can you see that well enough to write it? Okay.
Written right here too.
So this is a tool that you guys use a lot of times in English class to compare and contrast things, called a Venn diagram. You might not have done one yet, but now you'll know in the future if you haven't already talked about it. This is a good way to talk about how some things are different and then things that they are similar. So in this part of the circle, we're going to write about things about the tooth fairy that are the tooth fairy only does. And then same thing over here, we're going to write things that are unique to Raton Perez. And then in the middle, we're going to put things that they do the same, things that they have in common. So can you think of anything that one of them does that the other one doesn't, or something that they both do? Just tell me what you can think of.
They both deliver coins
Okay. Why do they deliver coins?
because they deliver coins because kids lose their teeth.
Yeah, they deliver or trade coins for lost teeth. So if you have room in the middle of your circles, write that down. Deliver or trade coins for lost teeth.
Okay.
So can you think of anything else that is different or something else that is the same?
Let's see. The tooth fairy can fly.
Very good, muy bien. So I'm gonna write that in Spanish too.
So how do you say it? What does it look like? Can you say it?
So flies and then vuela,
Vela.
vuela. Very good, muy bien. So what about Raton Perez? What does he do?
If you want, just move it out of the way. Here, just stand up. If you want to stand up.
He
Does he fly too?
no.
How does he get around?
He walks.
Yeah. So we're gonna write walks. And do you know the word for walk in Spanish?
No. Sadly, no.
That's okay. So the verb is caminar, which is to walk. So he walks is camina.
Camina.
Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay.
Run. We read a story. What did we read? Like the tortoise and the hare, and they kept talking about running fast or something, and it was run that you knew.
Oh, yeah. Do you remember run?
No.
You don't remember it?
How about corre? Correr? Sound familiar a little bit? Corre, correr.
No.
No.
It was fast and slow. I don't remember. It's one of the apps, one of the Spanish apps, and they read that story.
It was Gus on the Go.
Yeah.
Okay. We've been using Fun Spanish, I think, or Study Cat. I'm not sure. Stella seems to like that, but it also is more geared, I think, to her age level. So that might be something to check out if you guys are interested in looking at another one.
We just did one for Spanish class at school too. Which one did they have?
It was bus Spanish.
Yeah, school bus.
A Spanish school bus. Spanish school bus.
Yeah, I think we tried that one too. For some reason, she didn't seem to like that one. It might have been too hard.
Everyone liked it.
Okay, good. There are so many good ones out there right now. It's nice to have those opportunities. But it's still not the same as having in-person class.
It's not the same.
All right, so can you think of anything else that is the same or different?
The tooth rat, the tooth mouse, El Raton Perez, takes the tooth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's a tooth fairy here. I've never taken your tooth.
And so I think sometimes the tooth fairy takes the tooth and maybe sometimes not. So we can put that over there.
Yep.
Sometimes she leaves the tooth. What about, this was something I asked you before, and you probably don't know the answer because they don't talk about it in the book. What do you think the tooth fairy and El Raton Perez, what do they do with the teeth if they take them?
I don't know.
What do you think they do?
They maybe take them back and maybe use them for a spell or something.
Mm-hmm.
That's maybe what the tooth fairy does.
I like that. That's a good idea. So the legend that I heard when I was in Spain learning about El Raton Perez is that he takes the teeth to build a rocket ship because he thinks the moon is made of queso and he wants to go there and eat it.
That's funny.
So he is gonna
made of queso.
He's
The
gonna
moon isn't.
build a rocket ship. What do you think? Is the moon made of queso?
No.
No, silly Raton Perez. And then I didn't know this either, but when I was learning about Raton Perez, they also told me, well, your English speaking tooth fairy, she builds a castle with the teeth. And she only wants the sparkly, cleany, shiny white ones so that she has the shiniest castle. But
That's so weird. Who would build a castle out of teeth? That's gross.
I agree. But maybe she's already got enough teeth for her castle, and maybe that's why she doesn't always take them. I don't know.
I don't believe that. I might believe it, but how would you build a rocket ship? If there's no fire on a rocket ship, how would it work? It would burn.
Well, but the tooth fairy is magical, right? So maybe Raton Perez has a little bit of magic too. All right, I'm gonna write some words on here for you to copy down so you can practice them, okay? So this is perfect timing because you have a loose tooth, right?
Can we speak? You can't hear your head shake.
I'm not looking at you right now.
So say, yes, I do.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
So do you remember the word for I have? Okay.
Tango?
Yep. Tengo, muy bien. So tengo un diente. What's a diente?
Flojo. I mean, teeth.
Muy bien. And flojo, you're right. Good pronunciation, Evelyn. So tengo un diente flojo is I have a loose tooth or I have a wiggly tooth.
Tengo un diente flojo.
Excelente. So now, after you pull that baby out of there, you can say this. Se me cayó un diente. You see that? Se me.
Se me cayó un diente.
Excelente. Se me cayó un diente.
Se me cayó un diente.
Perfecto. Excelente. You got it.
Tengo un diente flojo.
Perfecto. And now, since you're practicing Spanish, maybe El Ratón Perez will come to your house too. That's why we have these. Since he's magic, if you want to cut one out and use some painter's tape or some Scotch tape and tape it to a little corner on the floor, maybe by a window, maybe.
How do I rip out the wall?
That's his magic.
It's magic.
Okay.
We have them. We can cut them out in a minute.
Okay, yeah, so you can pick which one you like and cut them out or cut them both out and put them in different places, whatever you like.
I think we should cut out the rat's face and then maybe put it, if I lose the tooth today, I might cut this rat face out and then put it as a present for him.
Oh, that's a good idea. I like that.
Maybe for like a thing on his rocket ship or something, like a thing on top of the rocket ship.
Yeah, like an emblem. So he's got his little face up there. Perfect.
Well, maybe for his rocket ship, because like on top of his rocket ship, he could have like a picture of him, so I could tell it was his rocket ship.
The plan. Okay, then you should also have this page.
Yes, I do.
So you only need to cut out one of each thing for now. You can do more later, but
I already did all of them.
Okay, well, perfect. You can do some more. And then later when you get to see other people again, you can play games with them. But right now, all you need to do is tape or glue one tooth and one coin together. See how they're one thing? Okay. And then you have this guy. So did you see what it said up here at the top?
Yeah, go here.
Yep. Did you already do that?
I know what that said. We made our own little, here. I guess I get it now. I was like, okay, I'll just do it and I'll put it on another piece of paper.
No, that's okay. That works too. But yeah, it said here and then it,
I don't know what that says. You knew what that said?
That's good because I didn't tell her. That's good, Evelyn. Pegamento is glue. You're right. So it's just like we're pretending this is a pillow.
I get it.
Una almohada, and then you lift up
Go
your
ahead and change your mind.
All right.
And then what's he say?
Mi almo Ratón Perez me gustan las dientes.
Yeah, what's that mean?
I don't know.
What's me llamo?
Meg. Oh, I am the tooth mouse.
Mm-hmm. Me gusta.
I'm good.
Kind of. So, me gusta. So I can say, let's see. Me gusta la manzana.
Oh, I like.
Excelente. Me gustan.
I like.
What are dientes?
Good teeth.
Excelente.
Teeth.
Yeah, muy bien. So, my name is Raton Perez. I like teeth. So what you're going to do is play a little game. So you're going to say, tengo un diente flojo.
Flojo?
Mm-hmm. And then we're going to pretend like it falls out. So say, se me cayó un diente.
Un diente.
And then we're going to put your diente debajo de la almohada. So I'm going to put mine here in this circle, but you can do it however you've got yours set up. And then we say, buenas noches.
Buenas noches.
And you're going to go to sleep, and El Raton Perez, or your mom, is going to come and take your diente and give you una moneda and turn it over. And then when she's all done, she can say, buenos dias. And you wake up, and then, oh, que sorpresa! You got a moneda.
There you go. What did you get?
I don't know.
Look.
$1.
No, look under your pillow.
I got $1.
Un euro. It's a euro. Do you know what a euro is?
Yeah, it's a coin. I heard about it. I was learning about Spain.
Oh, perfect. Well, if you want to learn some more, you let me know, because I lived there for a year. I can get you some pictures to look at sometime too. When all this craziness is over.
Yeah, it's cheap right now.
Yeah, oh my goodness. Right before they gave us the don't travel internationally order, my husband said, oh my gosh, we could go to Spain for like $300. I said, Kevin, you can't, that's not a good idea. Their mortality rate is really bad.
Yeah.
Well, but
really trying to push people to come.
yeah.
Really cheap.
Sorry, not happening. All right. Do you want to try that again? Let's practice those words. Tengo un diente.
Tengo un diente flojo.
Muy bien. And then pull it out. Se me cayó
un diente.
Excelente. Okay. En la almohada. Buenas noches. Ahí viene el ratoncito. Buenos días. Una moneda.
Euro.
Un euro. Muy bien. All right. So that is what we are doing for this week about El Raton Perez. And I told your mom, I think there's a movie about him. Okay. And we're going to do a few more activities next week with him. And
are you doing class next week?
I'm going to do class next week. If you want to come to the one on Tuesday, if you've got stuff going on Wednesday, that's fine. But Wednesday is going to be my last one.
Okay.
I'm going to go 2 doors.
I thought this week was the last week.
Well, I wanted to make sure I got all this stuff in, and I feel like some people haven't had enough time to do everything, so I don't know. So next week, if you can make it.
Okay.